Have you ever had the court's watchdog fight for you? I'd been sober for 121 days when I walked into the courthouse lobby and saw her. Ms. Ellison, holding a paper, cup of burnt machine coffee, and staring at her phone like she was trying to will herself somewhere else. The same woman I once called a clipboard tyrant, while drunk enough to slur every vowel. The same woman who recommended emergency supervision after I showed up late to a visit smelling like whiskey and shame. I froze. She didn't. Mr. Late, she said. In that neutral professional tone, social workers must practice in the mirror. My visit's at 10, I said. My voice sounded like it belonged to someone else. She just nodded and checked a folder. Room 3B, they'll bring your son in once he arrives. I sat alone in the waiting area, picking at the styrofoam chair arm like it was a puzzle I could solve. Visits were supposed to be 40 minutes. 40 minutes to prove I wasn't a hazard. 40 minutes to pretend my son didn't flinch at loud noises now. 40 minutes to pretend I didn't miss his entire kindergarten year. When they finally brought him in, I stood too fast. Hey, buddy, I said. Leo clutched his dinosaur lunchbox like it was armor. Hi, Dad. The supervisor assigned to the visit was new, young, looked at us like we were another box on her schedule. Ms. Ellison slipped in behind her, clipboard pressed to her chest. My stomach dropped. Two supervisors was not a good sign. We sat at a tiny round table covered in crayons. I tried to remember my sponsor's words. Don't perform fatherhood, just be present. So, how's school? I asked, instantly regretting the generic opener. Leo shrugged. We're learning about frogs. I grabbed onto that like a lifeline. Frogs, huh? You still like the red poison ones? Poison dart frogs, he corrected automatically. A little crack of real enthusiasm. It felt like sunrise. We colored. We talked about frogs. Then the first test came. You hungry, Leo? The young supervisor asked. He nodded and opened his lunchbox. Inside was a PB&J, grapes, and those little cheese crackers shaped like whales. I heard Ms. Ellison clear her throat, soft but intentional. Leo's allergic to peanuts, I said quickly, and the cheese crackers make him itchy. Everyone paused. The young supervisor blinked. You didn't pack this, did you? No, his mom did. She's still new to the allergy stuff. Ms. Ellison scribbled something. I waited for doom. She looked up. What does he eat instead? Turkey roll-ups, I said, and fruit cups. The mango ones are his favorite. Leo nodded. Mango's the best. Ms. Ellison stood. I'll check the vending machines. She left without fanfare. Came back 5 minutes later with mango cups and pretzels like it was no big deal. Like she hadn't once written a report that cost me 3 months of visitation. The second test came without warning. Bathroom, Leo whispered, embarrassed. The young supervisor hesitated. We're supposed to wait for— I'll take him, Ms. Ellison said. You stay here. They went down the hall. I sat there trying not to spiral. When they came back, Leo was smiling. Dad, Ms. Ellison knows the frog song. My heart almost stopped. I hadn't sung that song in years. Not since the night I missed his preschool concert because I was passed out drunk on my couch, phone buzzing with unanswered calls. When the 40 minutes ended, Leo hugged me. Not long, but real. He smelled like shampoo and crayons. I like when you don't smell like fire, he said into my shirt. My throat cinched. Me too, buddy. The young supervisor checked her watch. We're supposed to end here. Ms. Ellison didn't move. She just looked at Leo, then at me. Something clicked behind her eyes. Actually, she said, room availability is open until noon. If Mom approves, we can extend. The young supervisor blinked. We don't usually— It's within policy, Ms. Ellison said calmly. I'll make the call. We got an extra hour and 15 minutes. We built a frog out of green Play-Doh. We made a paper pond. We laughed. I didn't try to force meaning into it. I just let it be what it was. Time. A week later, at the review hearing, my attorney leaned over and whispered, don't look shocked. Ms. Ellison was testifying. In my favor. She talked about consistency, sobriety, insight, and her exact words, appropriate father-child attunement. She never once mentioned my insults. Never once made herself the hero. When the judge granted expanded visitation and unsupervised pending check-ins, I had to grip the table to stay upright. In the hallway afterward, I found her putting on her coat. Why'd you do it? I asked. Ms. Ellison paused, then spoke without looking at me. 17 years sober, she said. People gave me time I didn't deserve. Someone had to pay that forward. Then she walked away before I could say thank you. I didn't chase her. Some mercy doesn't want applause. It just wants to be used well.